Good afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is Monday, June 24th, 2013. This is Texan TV News, brought to you by the Texan News Service from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas, and I'm Ian Troub. In today's headlines, wife of fallen Navy SEAL sniper Chris Kyle visits Waxahachie, Texas to promote New York Times bestseller American Gun, the Hood County Capital murder trial of Gordon Ray Lewis begins jury selection, Fort Worth man shot during a stabbing, an aerialist walks a tightrope across the Grand Canyon, Islamic militants kill 10 mountain climbers and a Pakistani guide. Texas Rangers place Craig Gentry on disabled list and recall Ingle Beltre, as well as today's weather forecast. And now for today's top story. After the murder of Chris Kyle, former Navy SEAL sniper and New York Times best-selling author, his widow, Taya Kyle, is keeping her husband's legacy alive by completing and promoting his unfinished projects, including his new book, American Gun. Taya was in Waxahachie on Saturday for a book signing of the New York Times best-selling book, American Gun, and met with supporters at the Hastings bookstore located off of Highway 77. American Gun was released on June 4th and quickly rose to the top of the New York Times bestseller list, now at number 3 of the hardcover nonfiction category. The book reveals how 10 firearms changed U.S. history. According to HarperCollins Publishing Company, Kyle masterfully shows how guns have played a fascinating, indispensable, and often underappreciated role in our national story. At the book signing, Taya sported her husband's dog tags. After Kyle's death, she took part in finishing American Gun along with co-author William Doyle. In the foreword, Taya speaks about the book and her husband, saying, "As you read American Gun, I hope you feel the presence of Chris with you. As you take a walk back in time with him, I hope you feel the excitement he had as you explore the remarkable role these guns had in shaping our great nation." She also reminisces of her husband's characteristics with his country roots. She writes, "Perhaps you will join me in the memory I have of my handsome husband, a smile as big as the state of Texas, wearing his t-shirt and jeans, twirling his replica pistols in the Old West style as he reflects on his childhood, his love of the Old West, and the country he loved and devoted much of his life to. These are the stories that make up American Gun." In regional news, the jury selection for the capital murder trial of Gordon Ray Lewis is expected to begin today, according to Hood County News. Lewis is one of the 3 people who were indicted last year on a capital murder charge back in January of 2012 for the killing of 63-year-old Gene Sabin. Sabin operated TJ's private club and cafe located at the front entrance of Oak Trail Shores. An employee found him lying on the floor inside the cafe before it opened on January 17, 2012. According to Hood County News, Sabin died of a single gunshot wound. Authorities said it was a capital offense because another felony was committed during the crime, which was robbery. Checks and cash were stolen, totaling to $1,500, according to investigators. Justin Wade Reagan was convicted of capital murder for the case and was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Kimberly Danielle Milwicks was also convicted for the case and was fined $10,000 and sentenced to life in prison. Milwicks was not convicted on capital murder count and will be eligible for parole after serving 30 years. In state news, Fort Worth police say they killed a man who was stabbing a woman when they arrived at a local apartment building, according to the AP Exchange. A police spokesman told WFAA-TV that officers heard cries for help inside an apartment around 8 a.m. Sunday morning. When they arrived at the apartment, they found the man attacking a woman. The man died in an area hospital, and the woman was taken to an area hospital as well for her serious wounds. Names have not been released, and police say they do not know how the man and woman were related. In national news, aerialist Nick Wallenda completed a tightrope walk that took him a quarter mile over the Little Colorado River Gorge in northeastern Arizona on Sunday. According to the AP Exchange, Wallenda performed the stunt on a 2-inch thick steel cable 1,500 feet above the river on the Navajo Nation near the Grand Canyon. He took just more than 22 minutes, pausing and crouching twice as winds whipped around him and the rope swayed. The event was broadcast live on the Discovery Channel as Wallenda crossed the gorge. The aerialist did not wear any type of harness and stepped slowly and steadily throughout the tightrope walk. He jogged and hopped the last few steps. Wallenda said, "It was way more windy and it took every bit of me to stay focused on the entire time." Wallenda wore a microphone and 2 cameras, one that looked down on the dry Little Colorado riverbed and one that faced straight ahead. His leather shoes with an elk skin sole helped him keep a grip on the steel cable as he moved across. In national news, according to AP Exchange, Islamic militants disguised as policemen killed 10 former climbers and a Pakistani guide in a brazen overnight raid against their campsite at the base of one of the world's tallest mountains in northern Pakistan, officials said. The Pakistani Taliban claimed it carried out the attack at Nanga Parbat to avenge the death of their deputy leader in a U.S. drone strike last month. The Taliban began their attack by abducting 2 local guides to take them to the remote base camp in Gilgit-Baltistan, said Interior Minister Chaudhry Nisar Ali Khan. 1 guide was killed and the other has been detained for questioning. The attackers disguised themselves by wearing uniforms used by the Gilgit Scouts, a paramilitary force that patrols the area, Khan said. Around 15 gunmen attacked the camp at around 11 p.m. Saturday, said the Alpine Club of Pakistan, which spoke with the surviving guide, Sawal Fakir. They began by beating the mountaineers and taking away any mobile and satellite phones they could find, as well as everyone's money, said the club in a statement. Some climbers and guides were able to run away, but those that weren't were shot dead, said the club. Fakir was able to hide a satellite phone and eventually used it to notify authorities of the attack. In today's sports, according to the AP Exchange, the Texas Rangers have placed Craig Gentry on the 15-day disabled list, retroactive to Friday, with a non-displaced fracture on his left-hand outfielder. Angel Beltre was recalled from AAA Round Rock in time for Sunday night's game against the Cardinals. Gentry was hit by a pitch June 18th against Oakland, and an MRI exam taken Saturday revealed the fracture. He's batting .216 with 1 homer and 9 RBIs in 51 games. It's the first Major League call-up for the 23-year-old Beltre, who is batting .300 with 4 homers and 21 RBIs in 72 games at Round Rock. He's a left-handed hitter and leads the team with 44 runs scored and had a homer and 6 RBIs the last 7 games. And in weather, today's forecast is mostly sunny skies with a high of 94 degrees with a 10% chance of rain, according to weather.com. Tonight, the low will be 70 degrees with 0% chance of rain and clear skies. Today's broadcast was produced by Kaylee Bedingfield. This has been a production of Texan TV News, brought to you by the Texan News Service. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter for all of the latest up-to-date news from around the Cross Timbers region, and check out our website at www.texannews.net. I'm Ian Troub, reminding you, as always, bleed purple, stay classy, my friends.